Hi everyone. I'm going to do you a quick how-to guide in terms of how to use Google Jamboard. It's something people have been talking about for ages and I never knew how to access it. It's so simple, I can't believe I didn't know, and I thought it'd be really helpful to share with everybody else. So the first thing you do is go to Google. If you have an account, you'll already show up in the top right hand corner. You click on these three dots up here and scroll down past the usual stuff until you get to this document section, and then you will find Jamboard. If you click on that, you get taken to an area. It says you don't have a jam yet. This is where your boards will be, and essentially it is like a whiteboard online that lots of people can access. So to create your first one, you click on the plus button at the bottom that says New Jam, and it will bring up this page. This is your whiteboard. You can add post-it notes to it. Ooh. You can change the colour of them. And then you can move them around, resize them, etc. You can write on the board. That says hi randomly. Rub things out. You can add pictures if you so choose. You can add all shapes and text and have this little laser pointer going on. But the most useful thing to me is, as you know, I love a post-it note. Now at the moment this looks like it's just you doing it, but actually you can set it up so that you can share it with participants. So let's say you're doing a session. I'm just going to call this session 1 test, so you can rename it in the top left hand corner. Let's say that you want a number of participants in your workshop to be able to access at the same time. You go to this share function at the moment, and you can see that at the moment only I can access it. What I want to do is change this. So at the bottom, if you click on change to anyone with the link, so that means you share this link with people and they can access it too. Currently, people can only view it, but if you want participants to be able to use it, click on editor, and then you can copy that link. You can then share that link in the chat box. People click on it, and then you will see a number of names and faces turn up across the top of here. If people have a Google account that they've accessed it through, you'll see their either initials or their picture or something. Other random people will come up with some really random names, I think, like visiting Anteater and stuff like that. But you will see that there are a number of people in there, and everybody can add stuff at the same time. You can, if one board isn't enough, you just go across to the right and you make a new one. So maybe you want to have a discussion about you've had a topic introduced or something. You could set these up in advance, and you could have a series of boards with a series of questions all ready to go. So people click on the link, they come onto the first page, and then you can direct them to go onto the next page and add the information under the question I have just asked, etc. Because you set them up, you then have access to all of them. So if you want to put people into groups and everybody has their own Jamboard, you can set up a number of different Jamboards in here, and you just share the link to each one for each group. So you say group 1 use Jamboard 1, group 2 use Jamboard 2, etc. You can then, as people are in their groups, you can pop in and just see what's happening. You can see people adding stuff and moving things around. So it's almost like when you used to be face to face and you just kind of open your ears to break out to groups to be able to see and hear that they're actually understanding and getting on with stuff. Being able to pop into a Jamboard and see things appear on the screen is another good way to do that. The other tip I'd say is if you want to have, you could either use one Jamboard for the whole group, or if you're going into different breakout rooms and you want each group to have their own board, you could set up one template if you're putting questions across the top, for example, and then you can go up to these dots in the top right hand corner and make a copy. You will then be able to see both of those in your main area. When you've got the copy, you will need to go in and change that link again. So every time you create a new board, unless there's a way to make it default to go to a link with editor, I don't know yet. You will need to, every time you set up a new board, you'll need to make sure that the share is available. And then also at the end of sessions, you can download them as PDF or images, and you can then share those out to your group if that is of use. So yeah, that's the basics. Really good way of capturing stuff as a group and super easy to use for people who aren't used to online whiteboards. So yeah, give it a go. Let me know what you think.